Have you ever finished a meal and felt bloated, sluggish, or just plain uncomfortable, wondering why your stomach seems to have a mind of its own these days? If you're over 60, digestive issues like bloating, constipation, or indigestion can pop up more often. But the good news is that what you eat can make a huge difference. As we age, our digestive system slows down a bit, and certain foods that were fine in our younger years can now cause trouble. By avoiding a few key culprits, you can feel lighter, more energized, and say goodbye to that bloated feeling for good. In this video, we're going to share 4 foods to steer clear to improve your digestion, along with simple swaps to keep your meals tasty and your body happy. These are practical, easy-to-follow tips you can start using today. No complicated diets needed. So, grab a cozy seat, maybe a glass of water, and let's dive into the first couple foods to avoid for better digestion after 60. The first food to cut back on is fried and greasy foods, like French fries, fried chicken, or heavy fast food meals. These are tough on your stomach because they're loaded with unhealthy fats that slow digestion and can lead to bloating or discomfort. My friend Margaret, who's 66, used to love her weekly fried fish and chips, but she noticed she felt bloated and sluggish for hours afterward. Instead of giving up her favorite flavors, she switched to baked fish with a side of roasted veggies. And she says her stomach feels so much lighter. Research shows that high-fat, fried foods can irritate the digestive tract and contribute to acid reflux or bloating, especially in seniors. The fix is simple. Opt for baked, grilled, or steamed versions of your favorite foods. For example, try oven-baked sweet potato fries instead of deep-fried ones, or grill your chicken for that same satisfying taste without the grease. Margaret keeps a small bottle of olive oil for cooking, which adds flavor without weighing her down. Start by cutting back on fried foods once or twice a week, and you'll likely notice less bloating and more comfort after meals. Next up is sugary processed foods, like candies, pastries, and sugary sodas. These can wreak havoc on your digestion by feeding bad gut bacteria and causing gas or bloating. My neighbor Tom, who's 68, used to snack on cookies and soda in the afternoons, thinking it was a harmless treat. But he started feeling gassy and uncomfortable, especially after big servings. The truth is, excess sugar can disrupt the balance of bacteria in your gut, leading to bloating and even constipation, which becomes more common after 60. Tom started swapping his cookies for a piece of fruit, like an apple or a handful of berries, and replaced soda with water infused with a slice of lemon. He says his digestion feels smoother and he has more energy. Studies show that reducing refined sugars and choosing whole foods like fruits or unsweetened teas supports healthy digestion and keeps your gut happy. You don't have to ditch sweets entirely. Just try cutting back on processed sugary snacks and drinks. Keep a bowl of fresh fruit on your counter for easy grabbing, or sip herbal tea for a soothing alternative. These small changes can make your meals feel lighter and your body more at ease. Another food to watch out for is dairy, especially if you're noticing more bloating or discomfort after eating it. As we age, many of us produce less lactase, the enzyme that breaks down lactose in dairy, which can lead to gas, bloating, or even cramps. My cousin Linda, who's 65, loved her nightly ice cream but started feeling bloated afterward. She didn't want to give up her treats, so she tried lactose-free options and felt a big difference. Let's explore how to handle dairy and one more food to avoid to keep your digestion smooth and comfortable. You're already taking big steps toward better digestion by cutting back on fried foods and sugary processed snacks. Those changes can make a huge difference in how light and comfortable you feel after meals. By paying attention to what your body needs after 60, you're setting yourself up to enjoy your food without the bloating or discomfort that can slow you down. Let's keep going with the next 2 foods to avoid and some simple swaps to keep your digestion smooth and your energy high. The third food to watch out for is dairy, especially if you're noticing bloating, gas, or cramps after eating it. As we age, our bodies often produce less lactase, the enzyme that breaks down lactose in milk, cheese, and ice cream, which can lead to digestive issues. My cousin Linda, who's 65, used to end her day with a bowl of ice cream, but she started feeling bloated and uncomfortable afterward. She didn't want to give up her treats, so she switched to lactose-free milk and yogurt, and she says her stomach feels so much better. Research shows that lactose intolerance becomes more common after 60, and dairy can cause bloating or even diarrhea for some. The good news is you don't have to ditch dairy completely. Try lactose-free options like almond or oat milk, or a small amount of hard cheeses like cheddar, which are lower in lactose. Linda now enjoys a small scoop of lactose-free ice cream or a yogurt parfait with fruit, and she's back to enjoy her desserts without the discomfort. If you suspect dairy is causing issues, cut back for a few days and see how you feel. Maybe swap your morning latte for a herbal tea or a smoothie with non-dairy milk. These tweaks can help you pinpoint what works for your body. The fourth food to avoid is highly processed white bread and refined grains like white rice or regular pasta. These foods are stripped of fiber, which your digestive system needs to stay regular and avoid constipation or bloating. My neighbor George, who's 67, used to love his daily white bread sandwiches, but he noticed he felt sluggish and constipated more often. He switched to whole grain bread and brown rice, and he says his digestion feels smoother and he's got more energy. Studies show that refined grains can slow digestion and contribute to bloating, while whole grains like oats, quinoa, or whole wheat pasta are rich in fiber that keeps things moving. Fiber is especially important after 60, as it helps prevent constipation and supports a healthy gut. George started small by swapping his white bread for a whole grain version and adding a side of quinoa to his dinners. You can try replacing white rice with brown rice or choosing whole wheat pasta for your favorite dishes. If whole grains feel heavy at first, start with small portions and drink plenty of water to help your body adjust. George keeps a bag of whole grain crackers in his pantry for quick snacks, and it's made a big difference in how he feels after eating. By steering clear of these foods, fried and greasy items, sugary snacks, dairy if it's causing issues, and refined grains, you're giving your digestive system a break and helping it work more efficiently. The best part is that you don't have to give up flavor or enjoyment. It's about finding alternatives that taste great and make you feel even better, like baked veggies, fresh fruit, lactose-free treats, or whole grain options. These swaps are simple ways to reduce bloating and keep your energy up, so you can enjoy your days, whether you're cooking for family or relaxing with a good book. Let's wrap up with some final tips to make these changes easy and sustainable, so you can keep your digestion happy and live your best life. You're doing an amazing job by cutting back on fried foods, sugary snacks, dairy if it's causing trouble, and refined grains. Those changes are like giving your digestive system a big sigh of relief, helping you feel lighter and more energized after 60. By choosing foods that support your gut, you're setting yourself up to enjoy meals without bloating or discomfort, so you can focus on things you love, like spending time with family or tending your garden. Let's wrap up with some practical ways to make these changes stick and ensure your digestion stays smooth for the long haul. The key is to make these swaps sustainable and enjoyable, so you're not just avoiding problem foods, but building a way of eating that feels good and keeps you healthy. My friend Ruth, who's 68, used to struggle with bloating after every meal, but by making small tweaks, she's now enjoying her food and feeling great. Let's talk about how you can do this too, with a couple of strategies to keep your diet digestion-friendly and your energy high. One way to keep your digestion on track is to pair these food swaps with plenty of water and fiber-rich foods. Avoiding fried foods, sugary snacks, dairy, and refined grains is a great start, but adding hydrating and fiber-packed options takes it to the next level. Water helps your body process food efficiently, and fiber from fruits, vegetables, and whole grains keeps things moving to prevent constipation. Ruth started drinking a glass of water with every meal and snacking on sliced cucumbers or berries instead of chips. She says her bloating is gone, and she feels more comfortable all system. Astor's the current date and time is 9:02 a.m. plus 07 on Friday, July 18th, 2025.